Hello, Waves families. Another topic we get a lot of questions about for swim meets is deck entries. What are deck entries? How do you do them? Why should you do them? Deck entries is a procedure to enter into a swim meet outside of the Waves sending in the entries for a swim meet. It's done on the day of the swim meet as long as the host club is accepting deck entries. Sometimes swim meets, they fill up, they don't have room. They'll tell us what sessions they're going to accept deck entries for, not accept deck entries for, so not all meets do deck entries. Why would you need to do a deck entry? The main issue usually is you missed an entry deadline, maybe your plans have changed, you didn't sign up for a swim meet, and now you want to attend. So those are some of the reasons that people want to do a deck entry. And another way is people do a deck entry to add an event to a swim meet. Maybe something's changed since you signed up. You want to try a different event instead of the ones that you were signed up for. So those are some different ways that you do deck entries. So how do you do a deck entry? Usually we'll send out communication about an upcoming swim meet. We'll indicate in there whether deck entries are being accepted or not. Parents, you'll have to come to the swim meet ahead of time before that session starts, and deck entries are all handled by the host club. Usually it's done in a hallway leading into a pool. They typically have a designated area for that where the check-in is happening for a swim meet. Make sure that you arrive early, even earlier than you probably would for warm-up, because sometimes the entries are limited and they'll only take them on a first-come, first-served basis. You will need to show proof that your swimmer is registered with USA Swimming, and you can do that through the USA Swimming app. You have to show proof that they are registered with USA Swimming. You have to choose the events that your swimmer is going to do based on what's happening that day. You can always look at the meet information that we have and what's posted, and you can figure out the events that are on there. You have to pay the host club the fees. Most of the time, they're usually just taking cash. Sometimes they take checks. Sometimes, I haven't seen it very often, but sometimes they'll do take a card. So typically, they just take cash. So you sign up the swimmers. If they accept them, you'll put them in the meet. It helps if you write those event numbers on their hands because we've already printed out the entries for the people that signed up ahead of time. So the coaches don't have that information out on the pool deck. One thing that's really important is that at the swim meets, coaches, we are really, really busy out on the pool deck with the kids that are already there, getting them warmed up, supervising them, doing things out on the pool deck. So coaches, typically, we do not have time to come out and walk you through doing the deck entries. So if you are considering doing that and you have questions, please communicate with your coach ahead of time before the swim meet. We can't leave Sometimes we have swimmers, we have over 100 swimmers out on the pool deck, and coaches just can't leave the pool deck and leave the kids out there. So again, just make sure that you communicate with your coaches ahead of time, and that's how you do a deck entry.